Hi guys, Ronnie here and welcome to the workshop. After a couple of days of absence, my time trial bike is back together. And until recently this was just a very ordinary track speed concept, size small, nothing special about that. But now it's one of a kind because of one modification that I've had done to it. So what it is, I'll just zoom into this bit to see if maybe some of you can recognize the difference. I'll give you a moment and then I'm going to spoil the surprise. So yeah, if you want to play what's the difference, then now's your time. Okay, so the track frames, nowadays the road frames, have two very annoying features. One of them is the bottom bracket. It's a BB90 standard. It means that the shell is 90 mm wide and you press the bearings directly into the frame, and the opening or the bearings itself or themselves are just the same size as you would have on a normal BB86. So why is that annoying? It's light, it's stiff, it works. For some people it's creaking, but it's easily solved. I've never had an issue with it. The annoying bit comes with compatibility. Today this is the single and only bottom bracket that isn't compatible with oversized axles, so 30 mm axles, and that's a shame. And it's particularly a shame because next year SRAM is going to release their new ETAP group set. That's almost certain now. And another thing that's almost certain is they're going to abandon the GXP spindles like they did on the mountain bike side, and also the BB30 ones, and now they will have the dub axle or spindle on their new Quarks. And they will not fit track frames. So that's annoying. But the other annoying feature, I don't know if it's still present on the latest frames, but this one in particular was designed in 2012 and 13. And at that point, maybe GPS computers weren't so prevalent and ever present. And many people were still fixing speed sensors to their bikes. And what Trek have done is to integrate this solution into one neat little unit called the Duo Trap. This is the older version, not one for this frame, but you can imagine. It goes into your chainstay and it picks up your cadence from your crank if you put a magnet on there, and your speed from your wheel if you put a magnet on there. But for me, today in 2018, almost 19, this feature is utterly pointless and a bit annoying. So what I've done is I just pull the sensor out, tape it over. That's what I've done for the last season, and I didn't really care much about it. But then I got this super nice Rowell disc, and as you can see, it has a lenticular shape, super wide on the non-drive side. Has a very nice curvature in this area, and actually the frame with this little protrusion from the Duo Trap was almost in contact with the disc, and that's not really what I wanted. So in the end I decided to contact a local, or well, not really close here, but carbon repair shop in Slovakia, send them a couple of pictures if this can be remedied, and if the chainstay can actually be made flush like on a normal bike on both sides. And as it turns out, it's no big deal nowadays really. So I had to strip the frame, send it over there, and yeah, the result is visible here. This is the way I think it should look in the first place. So nice clearance right there. And yeah, it's not really visible the modification, it looks like factory finish, so no problems there. Just a standard black gloss color, and no longer annoying holes gaping over here and no little bits protruding over there. So a win-win situation. And now my disc will fit just without rubbing, which is great. Then, yeah, as I'm on this side of the bike, you can see that it's the first time I've put the front mech on. Well, it's not because I've gone soft or changed my mind regarding one by, but on Zwift I'm going to use it like this, so I can crank up the trainer simulation mode, the gradient simulations, and yeah, and also erg mode. Those two things don't really work with a 58 tooth in the front, so this way it's going to be better indoors. I'm not going to use it outdoors, of course. If I have to, then I will have a 55-42 on the way for that. So 1 x 2 x mixed setup. This is also the first time I fitted my new cockpit setup to the bike. I'll have to measure it up and see if it still fits in the regulations, because the extensions are longer than I expected. So that's a hurdle I might overcome, perhaps get some different ones for the aero testing. And then, if all goes well, and it's going to be a huge project, but many of you are suggesting that I could make my own or have my own custom bars made, but that's pretty expensive. So since I'm going to finish university soon, I need to find a diploma work, and I think this one will be a good topic. So what I'm planning to do, if all goes well, then I'll go to the aero test with Aero Coach in January. I'll have my position set up, fitted up with this adjustable setup, and then I'm going to try and model a 3D version of this. Well, I can basically make a complete set of extensions right from the mono riser up to the tips with this or these arm caps included. I can also make it in a way that will fit the ETAP flip box. So a lot of options there. I can have it 3D printed, CFD'd, and stress tested, simulated at my university, and then I've already found a manufacturer that can produce it for me if I just send the 3D print over. So long-term goals, this is one, and yeah, that will be probably the best setup achievable. It's going to be UCI legal, even during the application of the 12-month rule, because this manufacturer that I've looked at also make this available to the public, so that's not a problem. So yeah, this is how my time trial bike is turning out. Hopefully I'll be able to pull this custom thing through. If you want to know more about the products I'm going to use in pursuit of my time trial championship result, then don't forget to tune into our channel, subscribe, and keep an eye on this series. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.